Welcome to Grit Channel. Anunnaki, Episode 10, Anunnaki in Modern Religions. This video explains about parallels in Abrahamic faiths, fallen angels and Nephilim, ancient influences on modern theology. Introduction. The idea that ancient Mesopotamian beings known as the Anunnaki could have influenced modern religions, particularly the Abrahamic faiths, has sparked fascination and controversy in equal measure. From the gods of Sumer to the angels and demons of biblical lore, many researchers, authors, and alternative historians argue that the mythologies of old didn't just vanish, they evolved. Could the stories of the Anunnaki be the seed from which modern religions have grown? Could ancient astronauts be hiding in plain sight within sacred texts? As we explore these questions, we'll examine parallels in religious scripture, revisit the tales of the Nephilim and fallen angels, and see how ancient theology might still echo in today's beliefs. Who were the Anunnaki? In the mythology of ancient Sumer, the Anunnaki were a pantheon of deities associated with creation, the underworld, and the heavens. Described as powerful beings descended from the god Anu, they were said to have descended to Earth and shaped early human civilizations. In Sumerian, Akkadian, and Babylonian myths, the Anunnaki were deeply involved in human affairs, bestowing kingship, guiding agriculture, and even creating mankind through divine experimentation. While mainstream archaeology regards these stories as symbolic myths, some researchers interpret them literally, as accounts of extraterrestrial beings who once interacted with humanity. This theory finds surprising support when one compares Anunnaki tales with stories from Abrahamic faiths. Parallels in Abrahamic faiths. 1. The Elohim and the Anunnaki. The Hebrew Bible uses the plural word Elohim to refer to God, especially in the book of Genesis. Although later interpreted as a singular God in monotheistic Judaism and Christianity, the original usage is curiously plural. The Anunnaki, likewise, are a group, deities with distinct names and roles. This similarity raises the question, were both pantheons simply different cultural interpretations of the same powerful beings? Some suggest the Elohim were not gods in the traditional sense, but powerful beings from the sky, just as the Anunnaki were described. 2. The creation of humans. Genesis states, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." Genesis 1 verse 26. Who is us? Traditional theology says it's God speaking to angels, but alternative scholars argue this hints at multiple creator beings, like the Anunnaki, working together to fashion humankind. Sumerian texts tell of Enki and Ninhursag, Anunnaki deities, who created humans using clay mixed with divine essence, possibly for servitude. Genesis similarly describes God forming Adam from the dust of the ground. Both involve divine creation of humans from earth by more than one figure, fallen angels and the Nephilim. One of the most mysterious elements in the Hebrew Bible is the tale of the Nephilim. Mighty beings of old said to be the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men. Genesis 6 verses 1 to 4. These verses have been subject to interpretation, suppression, and even removal in some translations due to their cryptic nature. Could the Anunnaki be these sons of God? 1. The Watchers. In the book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish text excluded from the Bible, A group of angels known as the Watchers descend to Earth, take human wives, and produce hybrid children, giants called the Nephilim. These angels are punished and bound beneath the earth for defying divine law. This mirrors the Anunnaki myth, in which powerful beings from the heavens descend to earth, alter human genetics, and interfere in earthly matters. Some researchers believe the Watchers and the Anunnaki are the same beings, remembered differently in separate traditions. 2. Giants in both traditions. The Nephilim are often associated with giants, immense, powerful beings who roamed the earth. In Mesopotamian myths, beings like Gilgamesh, who is said to be two-thirds divine, possessed extraordinary strength and long lifespans. The Anunnaki themselves were often depicted as physically larger and more powerful than humans. Ancient influences on modern theology. 1. Flood narratives and divine wrath. The Sumerian tale of Atrahasis and the Epic of Gilgamesh describe gods becoming angry with humanity and sending a great flood to wipe them out. One man is warned, builds a boat, and survives with animals, an obvious parallel to Noah's Ark. The key here is that in both stories, powerful celestial beings intervene dramatically in human history. This shared theme suggests that these stories may have originated from a common source, possibly real events or cultural memories of divine rulers, like the Anunnaki, shaping Earth's destiny. 2. Heaven, Earth, and Underworld. In both Mesopotamian and Abrahamic cosmology, the universe is divided into levels: heaven above, earth below, and a subterranean realm. The Anunnaki were said to rule over these domains, the gods of heaven and earth. Similarly, Abrahamic theology divides the cosmos into heaven, earth, and hell, with angelic beings, demons, and God ruling each domain respectively. This structured view of the cosmos may have been inherited from much older beliefs about divine hierarchies and the governance of cosmic order by celestial beings. 3. Names and symbolism. Some scholars note striking overlaps in names and symbolism. For instance, Enlil, the sky god of Mesopotamia, bears conceptual similarity to Yahweh, a god of storms, law, and authority. Enki, a god of wisdom and the deep, resembles Lucifer, pre-fall, or even Jesus, in his role as a bringer of knowledge and light. Of course, these parallels are interpretive and not always direct, but they suggest that ancient gods didn't vanish. They were rebranded. Were they misunderstood technological beings? Could the miracles of angels and gods be misunderstood technology? Many ancient texts describe flying chariots, divine weapons, and shining beings of light. Ezekiel's vision of a wheel within a wheel, full of eyes, is often cited as a possible encounter with a spacecraft. Likewise, the Anunnaki were said to descend from the sky in fiery vehicles, controlling elements and nature. These descriptions, if read through a modern lens, can suggest advanced technology rather than supernatural powers. A being with control over DNA, energy, or flight could appear godlike to ancient civilizations. Why were these links suppressed? Mainstream theology resists linking modern religions with ancient myths or extraterrestrial theories because it challenges foundational doctrines, suggesting that God or gods where advanced beings with technology undermines divine mystique. Moreover, the Anunnaki theory reframes humanity not as a divine creation for love and moral growth, but potentially as a bioengineered species. This shift challenges religious narratives about purpose, sin, and salvation. Institutions like the church or government bodies have historically discouraged or censored alternative interpretations of ancient texts, preferring spiritual interpretations over literal or extraterrestrial ones. Conclusion: echoes of the Anunnaki. The idea that ancient gods influenced modern theology is not only compelling, but supported by dozens of parallels across religious texts and mythologies. From the Nephilim and fallen angels to cosmic floods and divine creators, the echoes of the Anunnaki seem to resonate across centuries. Were the Anunnaki divine beings, extraterrestrials, or simply the way ancient people personified forces of nature and technology they couldn't understand? Regardless of interpretation, their legacy seems to have endured. Whether sitting on thrones in Sumerian temples or hidden behind the veils of Abrahamic doctrine, the Anunnaki may still be with us in our stories, our symbols, and perhaps even our spiritual DNA. See you in the next episode. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe this channel for next video. Bye-bye.